Hello, welcome. Hey, Day Village. It's Mrs. Day all day. So I'm popping on again. You guys know the countdown is on. We are 6 days out from voting. If you are in a place where you can do early voting, get out and vote. Okay. We got 6 days left, but I'm popping on right now to talk about Project 2025 and specifically to address the Black community, the Black males that I have been seeing on the airways and the YouTube land just going in. I'm sorry, you guys sound really, really goofy. I was going to say ignorant. It's ignorant, goofy, all of that, because I don't think you guys have taken time to really read that document. It's 920 pages. We 6 days out. I don't believe you're going to read, may get to all of it, but get in there, just flip through it and see what this Republican Party, this MAGA band of maggots have in store for you. You'll really be shocked, okay? From healthcare to jobs to taking back don't even want to pass all the civil rights bill, but get in there and take a look at it and then come back. Let's have some discord. Come over here and decently and in order share with me what you come away with as far as policies that are looking out for your life, okay? Then go back and check out my other video that talks about some of the tax credits. I am the first to say I'm 61 years young. I don't agree with everything that the Democratic Party has done, nor what they're currently doing, but I'm going to vote for competence right now so that my voice can be heard in this near future. Dealing with my Congressman Steve Horsford, dealing with my local representatives here, as well as the President Kamala Harris and Vice President Tim Walz, because that's when we start to affect change. But yeah, you guys brought no basis for anything. I still have yet to hear a policy that the Republican and the maggot party is coming up with other than insults, childish quips, just dementia and wanting to roll back. So, got homework for the Black community. Let's go check out that Project 2025 because, honey, they are clearly trying to roll back the times. Now, if you think that's bad, the other half of this is for the Hispanic community, the Latino, Mexican, Hispanic community. Puerto Ricans found out, the Puerto Rican community found out what they thought about you guys back when the flood had happened. Remember, he was blocking aid and throwing paper towels at you guys. Now they call you a floating island of garbage. But nevertheless, I'm here to address this for the Latino and Hispanic community because a lot of people didn't even know about this. I'm going to get out of here within 5 minutes. Have you guys heard about the Repatriation Act? Okay. I'm going to read this to you guys because this is nuts. I never had heard of this until the other day. So they hide in your history too, as well as they're hiding ours, specifically Florida. But in California, they had no idea about this. A young girl did the research, did some history, and she's bringing this to light to educators that did not know about this. Check this out. Okay, a large-scale repatriation of Mexican citizens and Mexican Americans, many of whom were U.S. citizens, occurred primarily during the Great Depression. So between the period of 1929 and 1939, it was known as the Mexican Repatriation. It was in an effort to it was largely driven by the U.S. government, state authorities, and local officials to reduce job competition. Does that sound familiar? This is what they're feeding out here right now. All the Mexicans and the immigrants are taking all the jobs. So this is what they were doing back then, saying it was going to reduce job competition amidst the economic crisis. Now, this led to deportation or coerced departure of between 400,000 and 2 million people of Mexican descent. Did you hear what I said? Between 400,000 and 2 million of you guys and your ancestors, they rounded them up and deported or coerced, just pushed them out of the country of Mexican descent, including both documented and undocumented individuals. Okay, so that go for all of the Hispanics that's out here in Nevada that think that all of this vitriol, this hatred doesn't apply to you. I never could understand how Hispanic people, this was in my spirit, how are they in the GOP party? But I think it's some, you got that hierarchy within there too, and that tier stuff, but you're gonna find out. Okay, check this out. So 400,000 to 2 million of you were deported. A significant portion of these individuals were born in the US and thus were legally American citizens, yet faced intense discrimination and were targeted through raids, public campaigns, and oh, public campaigns and repatriation programs. Many were sent to Mexico despite having little or no ties to Mexico. Can you imagine that? US citizen of Hispanic descent, and they round you up, ship you back to Mexico, and you have no ties to that. Oh my God, to Mexico, right? Okay. So little of no ties were there. The program later became controversial with some US citizens and advocacy groups viewing it as a violation of civil rights. But when you have these races that are in charge, they're not considering your rights. In all of this, oh, we're the party and we're Christian and we're all of this. No, this is white supremacy. I can't even think of what they call themselves right now, trying to veil it under some Christian business. No, this is white supremacy. And y'all better hear it, and you better hear it good, because they done it once. You believe that Donald Trump and this maggot party won't do it again? Like they say, F-O, F out. F-O, F around and find out. Okay, I'm just saying, y'all got 6 days to make a decision. But this is what happened, and nobody knew about it. So this is how, remember the other day, he said, I want to throw up some rules and laws that we had back to the 1700s. This demon trying to take it all the way back, right? But this was this was during the Depression age. Like I said, 1929 and 1939. I was born in 1963, honey. They was trying to keep my lineage and my ancestors from getting the right to vote. We was still like, they was still out there fighting it. Oh, in my lifetime. So just imagine. Okay, I need to stay focused. But this was so unbelievable, and I'm at 7 minutes. So for much of U.S. history and education, the Mexican repatriation, the repatriation was largely overlooked. It received little to no attention in mainstream history curriculum across the U.S. So many students and even teachers remained unaware of this chapter in history. However, there has been a growing effort to address these gaps. Yeah, a lot of good that's going to do, because this demon's trying to rile it up again. In recent decades, some states, particularly those with significant Mexican American populations like California, have taken steps to include the Mexican repatriation in history textbook and curriculum. California even passed an apology act for the 1930s Mexican repatriation program in 2005. So, formally apologizing for the injustices faced by repatriated individuals and requiring that this history be acknowledged and taught in public schools. Despite these changes, the extent to which Mexican repatriation is taught still varies. See, still don't want to bring it out in these rural states, these racist states. These red racist states, they don't want to talk about it still. But they have still widely by districts and states. It's varied educational approach, with many students continue to graduate without learning about it in depth. And I'm telling you, it was a young lady, they done gave her an award and some statue that she brought it back. And like I say, educators did not know about this. I bet you some of these same black men that's out here running around talking about they want to be in the maggot party don't even know that black people lived in Central Park before they ripped that out from under us, and all of the communities and land that we own down in the South before they literally broke dams. You think Katrina in New Orleans was something, before they literally broke the dams and put cities underwater, flooded out whole communities with people living in them just so that you could take that land. They said that's why Lake Lanier, I believe it's Lake Lanier, is haunted, because our ancestors were drowned and that land was stolen to this very day. But you got that racist DeSantis down there in Florida. It's DEI and we're not going to teach the history. Our history is irrelevant. No, you're irrelevant, bastard. But we're going to get to the bottom line. I'm digressing, but I needed the Hispanics and the Mexican community, before you guys pull that lever for that mega MAGA maggot community, that you better know about repatriation and go Google it. Because like I said, I just found out about it. I'm 61 years young and I found about it on YouTube the other day. Then I went and asked ChatGPT about it, and they, they got the history in here of what had happened, and that's where this information came from. So go check it out and see what they have in store for you while you want to be a part of the GOP. It's just my opinion. All of this is in my opinion, and I think we ought to research our history. And again, like I said, for those Black men that's out here slamming and bamming and carrying on, talk to me about what policies the Trump and the GOP have in store for you. But come back and let me know what you got out of the Project 2025 if you have taken time to read it. Oh, because I just saw, thank God for the Black Men Summit yesterday. They were talking about it, enlightening one another. But my God, my God. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. We're at the 10-minute mark. That's all I'm gonna do right now. It's Mrs. Day all day. Please click and follow. If you feel led to, honey, you can even buy me a coffee, okay? Because I'll be up late at night. That's probably my problem. I'll be drinking coffee late in the day. But buy me a coffee. Come on back. Let's have a conversation about it. I'm gonna start going live next week so we can have some reasonable, respectable discussions, because there is so much that we have no idea for. But right now, like I say, I believe we need to vote for our lives. But there's the flag right now, and we're going to do it. I'm doing my part, honey, because I am Esther, and I'm going to speak out on what is going on. Because if we don't speak now and we allow this to happen, then me and my house will perish too. But this is it, ladies. Let's get it. Let's go. All right, Ms. Day all day. I'm out. And remember, go check it out. Google it. The Mexican American Repatriation Act of 1929 to 1939. And 2 million of your ancestors were deported. And the government was in on it, the federal, the state, and the local. Okay? Large scale. And they took the people that was even documented. So if you think that's going to make a difference, oh, I'm documented, and they're just going to take the undocumented workers, they're going to take them. No, but I think we are to have order. We would have had an immigration bill in place if the demonic spirit of the orange man, which is Donald Trump, would not have told those other lackeys and cronies in the Senate to not even pass the bill. So let's get it together. Come on, wake up. Get it together and stop believing everything that somebody that is not even intelligent is telling you. That's the scary part about it. It done turned you against FEMA. FEMA wants all of your property. FEMA wants all of your housing that's underwater. Make that make sense. That is the dumbest shit I have ever heard. And I saw a man on there, he's so disturbed, one of his elderly parents is believing it, not even applying for the initial. $750 was initial. I thought that was ridiculous. Even give people $2,000 off the rip so they can stay somewhere and get some food. But then you come back and you file the claims. This man got people thinking, oh, they just took all the money and we don't have the money. No, there's a lot of things that have to be changed, because my husband is a veteran. I don't think you give an immigrant anything before you give it to a veteran. But my voice is going to be heard because I want to elect somebody with a spirit of reason. So see, we got to get involved, get somebody that can logically think and not just throw little quips and insults and acting like a toddler, and not even a toddler that's well, a toddler that's damaged, an 80-year-old toddler. What does that even sound like? And y'all just, yeah, yeah. Okay, I stop. I'm getting out. But don't follow. Do not follow ignorance. You gotta speak up. And you don't even have to tell nobody that you're not gonna vote for the MAGA demons. Okay, you don't have to tell. Just go in the booth, do your thing quietly, and don't even say nothing. Jesus. Okay, but repatriation and Project 2025 for the Black community, check that out. And for the Hispanic community, especially y'all out here in Nevada, honey, you better ask somebody. And YouTube just told me about it, and I know about the rest. So we'll be going live and we'll talk about it. Let's get it. Let's go. 6 days left. If the Lord is willing and the creek is not going to rise, we will have someone in position that can negotiate and speak and thrive and be creative and care about people on all of our behalf. because there's a lot of things, like I said, that I don't agree with, but I'm going to vote. And people that I had respected that was in the YouTube community, black men just talking trash, and you not saying nothing. You're not even giving any kind of input or anything. I unfollowed you too. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go now, but I'll be back. Ciao.